Hello, I'm Fabrizio and today we are going to explain how to use grep command. Grep is a command that the Unix and Unix-like systems have implemented to search one or more files into the file system using strings and regular expressions. Generally, grep is used to search occurrences into a file, combined with other commands through a pipeline. This pipe special character. Grep applications are limitless. It has an infinite number of different uses. We are going to see how to use grep through examples and how powerful it is if used correctly. Exist different variants of grep like egrep, fgrep and pgrep. Nowadays their direct invocation is deprecated, but they can be used yet if you want to. Okay, egrep works treating patterns as regular expressions. For example, grep plus /home my username documents and this file plus.txt. This command is going to search a plus symbol inside my file and it is returned. But if I use egrep and the same string, the same command, in this case every line is returned because it is interpreted like a regular expression. So the plus symbol means return one or more time, but return what? Every single line. So you see how a single E can change my command. Fgrep is also called fast grep because it doesn't recognize any regular expressions, so the search will be completed faster. For example, grep dot plus txt. This command will return every single line of my file because it recognizes the dot as a regular expression. If we want to search for a literal dot, we must type fgrep dot plus txt. In this case, it will return lines that have a literal dot inside. Fgrep used to escape meta characters. Pgrep used to looking for processes. It lists process ID that matches our criteria. For example, pgrep cron. In my case, it will return 1012. That is my process ID for cron daemon. Grep has a lot of options, and it's pretty impossible to remember all of them by heart. So if you want to know all existing options for grep, you can list all of them just typing on a Linux terminal man grep, and this is the manual of grep. It will show your grep manual. Okay, now let's check a few examples for grep commands. The first example is a recursive search. So I type grep -r plus and my path, my username, documents. It will search recursively inside my user folder and subfolder if they are present, all occurrences of plus symbol. Okay, if -l option is added to our command, it will show the files that contain our searched word. So the same command and -l. Okay. Only this file contains our plus symbol. If we add -v option, it will show the lines that does not contain the searched word. It is called inverse matching. So, for example, grep -v plus and our path. So, home, my username, documents, plus txt. Okay, but if we show our file, my file, they are plus symbol, it skips these lines. Okay, for the next example we need to create a new file that I will call test.txt. I've already created it, and it contains these strings, test.txt. Okay, if I want to do an insensitive search inside the text.txt, looking for test strings, so I have to use -i option, test, my path, and the file test.txt. So it is important option because we can include in the search words without caring about how it is written. So if I write it test, or I can write it this way, it's not it's the same thing. So if you want to search only words that are not interested in searching part of strings, you can force grep to search only lines containing that word. For example, try, grep try test.txt. So it is selecting all the words that contain this string try. But if I want to search only try word, I have to write down -w try test.txt. Okay, in this way I have obtained only my word, the try word. It will not include in the result words like trying or tried or retry and so on. If I want to count how many times a pattern is included in a file, you have to add the -c option. So grep -c e and test.txt. So there are 4 words that contain my pattern E, my letter E. If you want to list occurrences for many files, we must insert the -r option, that is the recursive search. So grep -c -r e again, and this time we give him the path documents. So this is our results. -r option recursive mode is requested if you want to search recursively in all files inside a folder. If you don't use the -r option, you have to specify to grep in which file you want to count words. If we want to show for each line of the output a number line, you have to use the -n option. So grep -n test, for example, test.txt. It will show us that my number line 2 have the test word that I have searched here. So let's check if test file, let's check if test is on our second line, cat test.txt. Okay, it is on the second line, so it worked. Add -r for searching recursively all files in a specified folder and print numbers line for searched word. So we can write down grep -n -r a, let's search an a, and our path documents. So it finds all these a in my folder documents and in these files chow.txt and +txt and this file called 1. If we are looking for the word test, it will find only this one that was the previous that is the previous command we have used. Okay, grep is used often with shell pipes to concatenate more commands each other. In these following examples you will see some grep applications and the pipeline. So for example, dpkg -l pipeline grep -i parted. With this command we are saying to our PC, computer, list me all packages installed inside you that contains parted word. And it worked like a charm. We can concatenate grep with other commands to receive more information about something. For example, if config grep -n lo. This time I want to know in what line I can find lo, and I receive this information from the output. So if I type if config lo must be in the 10th line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we are, so it worked. If you want to count how many times a char is repeated in a command, you can concatenate grep in this way. Let's try this. So psax, this command shows us all processes in my computer. So I can concatenate it with grep psax pipeline grep -c. Let's search for an A. 69 results. Or we can search a B. 72 results, occurrences. Or we can search a BC. 1 occurrences. So there is one process that contain these characters inside this command. Or we can try, let's try with a C. 126, and we can continue this way for all the day. Or let's try to search bash. 2 processes. In conclusion, grep is only one Linux command, but its potential is limitless. It is a basic tool that must be known if you want to be a good Linux user. Of course, this article is not a full guide to grep, but it gives you the basic knowledge to search and become an expert on searching and using pipe to concatenate. I hope this video was informative for you, and thank you for watching.